FOMO, or fear of missing out. It is one of the most common feelings experienced in our time. Fear of missing out is really just a result of the evolution of the human species. When we lived in tribes, it was necessary for us to be in groups. If you were not part of the group, if you were an outsider, you had way less of a chance of survival. And really, FOMO is just fear of exclusion. The thing is, our times, social media have just exponentially augmented and potentiated fear of missing out to the point where it's not even healthy anymore, because social media is not a reflection of other people's actual reality. We're only seeing other people's best. So, for example, if you have a fight with, I don't know, your partner or your family, or if you get sick, or if you have a really shitty day, you're not gonna post it on Instagram. You're not gonna cry on Instagram or be angry or whatever. You're only gonna post your best, and that's what everyone does. So instead of seeing the day-to-day interactions with your closest peers, you're seeing the best of the best and a very carefully curated and selected fraction of a lot of people's lives, and not even people close to you. People from all over the world, and there can be friends from all over the world, but also like famous people and all that shit. People that you wouldn't really care about if it was 100 years ago, right? So this fear of missing out is really interesting if you think about it, because you think about, like, I don't know, successful people, right? And you think, oh, they must be doing so much stuff, and like, you know uh, you're running, and you think, oh yeah, but I could be at the museum, and you're hanging out with your friends, and you're like, oh yeah, but like this person on Instagram is in France right now, right? And my day is only like going to work or to school and working out and coming home and showering and doing it again. Or yeah, my life is way more boring than everyone else's, like. And if you're seeing also this input from people that are famous and rich and stuff, like, you're not gonna have a healthy comparison to life. And the thing is, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, whatever your favorite, like, fighter or football player or artist, musician, painter, sculptor, whatever, YouTuber, whoever, that is really actually very successful and famous, they do less stuff than you. They don't do more stuff. The famous athletes, they train, they eat clean, they sleep early, and they repeat that. The artists, the YouTubers, for example, they think, what am I gonna do for a video? And they have this cruise of people behind them as well. But the thing is, yeah, you might think like, yeah, dude, like Mr. Beast, I don't know, the Paul brothers or whatever, they do so much shit, and it's not because they're actually just invested in so much things. They're only, and their main goal is to create content, and they're hyper focused on that. And creating content leads them to a lot of things, but the end goal is one. They're only doing one thing, concentrating on one thing. They're not missing out on anything. They're doing great. You shouldn't experience FOMO. You should experience, it's called JOMO, or joy of missing out, because you cannot say yes to everything, right? You cannot be. There's only 24 hours in a day, right? You, for example, when I was younger, I wanted to try out like different, like, sports and stuff, like sports groups. Tried kickboxing, tried was going to the scouts, and I tried rowing, and I tried a lot of shit. And the thing is, I couldn't pick, and I would try to go to everything, and then I would end up exhausted and quit and not do anything. It wasn't until I realized that I had to pick one thing, and I went with the gym, that I became consistent, right? And for example, I don't know, someone who trains for MMA or rugby or running or whatever, they can hit the gym, but it's a part of their regiment and their training, and they're hyper focused on that one thing. So you should keep in mind and know that successful people only concentrate on a handful of things, no more than three or four. Like usually 1 to 3 things. That's like too much. Like more than three, it's too much. It's normie shit. You're not gonna be successful. You need to concentrate on one thing mainly. What's that for you? I don't know. Maybe you're in school right now and okay, yeah, I have to do school, but what is the thing that's important for you? If it's training, if it's writing, if it's painting, if it's whatever, YouTube, a podcast, what is the thing that you want to do? Hyper focus on that. And then you're not going to be regretting, oh yeah, dude, there's this, like, for example, I don't know, there's this party that and you don't really want to go there. Oh yeah, yeah, but like for example, I used to watch UFC, and I like MMA, but the thing is, I'm not gonna stay up past midnight watching two people compete for their dream. They trained for that. They trained for years and years to get to that point, and it's great for them, right? But the thing is, they're using that time to fight for their dream, and I'm using that time to, you know, lose on sleep. Yeah, you're gonna miss out on sleep. You're gonna wake up later tomorrow. You're gonna have less energy. You're maybe not doing your training or your homework or whatever thing you need to do. Maybe you skip dinner, or maybe, oh yeah, it's a UFC, so I'm gonna, have some soda, some chips, or I don't know. I've never drank, but a beer if you're into that. The thing is, it's not good for you, and your body and your mind and your well-being and your progress is gonna resent it. And yeah, but dude, like the fight, for example, like Volk versus Tapuria, or like Cheeto versus O'Malley, both of which, whom I was wanting to win, lost. Um, I didn't watch, and it was hard, dude, because Jesus, I really wanted to watch them live, right? But I was sleeping by that point. Something that a couple months before, I wouldn't have done, and I would have stayed up, and you know what? I would have been upset because both of the guys that I wanted to win lost. So I didn't waste a fuck ton of time to get disappointed. Yeah. B, I slept better. I did what I wanted to do throughout the day, like the day prior and the day after the fight. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch them, and I was anxious at first, fear of missing out, but then I experienced the joy of missing out, which is like, dude, the result of this fight change anything in my life? No. And I kind of realized that I have to stop taking it so personally, right? That like it's entertainment, it's fights, and like people should, you know, take uh, with a grain of like they should make a little bit of distance between them and the media they consume, either like sports, whatever. The idea, to be honest, is to not consume media whatsoever. And fear of missing out is I think it's on purpose. It's engineered. We are supposed to have fear of missing out, and it's intended by these like huge corporations to keep our attention and hooked on stuff that if you miss it, you're not gonna be. And it's like with clothes that you need to buy, and with like certain like restaurants, certain music, certain like movies, and like they want to keep you hooked. They want to keep you consuming, and they exploit that fear of exclusion that's only human, and they turn it into this fear of missing out, which you know if you grow healthy, uh, mutual, natural relations with people in the real world, you're not gonna need to, you're not gonna have this feel to be, feeling of being excluded. And if you have your own shit going on and your set schedule and goals set, even if these people, you know, I don't know, your friends go to a restaurant without you and stuff, if you have nothing in your life and you're an empty person, then it's gonna really fuck you up, right? And if you're checking social media every 20 minutes, just like, dude, oh my god, why didn't they invite me? Like, dude, fuck. If you hit the gym, if you do the work that you're doing, putting in hours of work, if you meditate, if you write a journal, and then you see those people and they're like, oh yeah, we went here. And you're like, oh, cool, right? Great. Who got shit done? The guy that was worrying and like was empty, and or the guy that is just in his own lane, dude. That'll also help you realize who are your actual friends and who's just people that you hang out with. But yeah, legit, I recommend you just like stop watching so many YouTube videos. Like for example, right now you're probably like scrolling, and like if you see the comment, you don't see the comments, or you don't see like the recommended videos. Probably you feel like you'll be missing out. Like with the news as well, like this clickbait titles, and or a video of a cute cat, or like a video of like, yeah, top 10 like life hacks or whatever, and you feel like you'll be missing out on valuable information or like something funny, or like the news, if you don't see them. But I assure you, it's way better for your mental health, for your physical health, and for your overall progress. If you want to improve, if you want to learn from someone that's a bit ahead of you in your self-improvement journey, I would suggest you consider subscribing. And yeah, just if you want to see me improve as well, keep me seeing improving. If you want to learn from what I've done right, what I've done wrong, yeah, consider following and watching other videos that I've made on similar topics, on sleep, on nutrition, on going to the gym, and doing stuff early, and on the four important things on self improvement, which is meditation, working out, gratitude journaling, and learning. Those are the four important habits that you need to do. I have some videos on those topics and more to come. That's pretty much it. I would suggest you just, to be honest, get out of YouTube and actually do stuff that you know you have to do. But most people will get out of YouTube and just go into fucking Instagram or hop on League or Discord or whatever. So if you're not most people, then fucking prove it.